There's a lot to get into in the production, and I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of go almost chronologically through the track and talk about kind of how it came together and why, and go through some more specific nerdy stuff about plugins, etc. Well, let's hear a little bit of it first.
I'm losing my mind. 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 I think about you all the time. I'm losing my mind. I think about you all the time. I think about you all the time. I think about you all the time.
This came about because I was thinking about how dance music used to be made by people with lots of gear. It was all like clocked together and synced up, and they would just have it all going through a central mixer. And it's quite hard to emulate that method of structuring a song in something like Ableton, at least for me. So I wanted to treat the making of the track as if that was the kind of restriction. That's why there's a parenthetical in the title of the song that just says jam, because I kind of wanted to just treat it like a jam. And it started, I believe, with this chord sound here. It's from a 0G sample pack. So the original organ sample sounds like this. That's it. It's just that kind of pitched up and down a little bit. I think the samples are unwarped. I don't know if everyone's an Ableton user, but I'll just be smattering in some Ableton jargon here and there. But yeah, it's chopped up, repitched. And yeah, I just liked the sound of this initial loop. After that, I think this vocal comes from a 0G pack.
I'm losing my mind. I think about you all the time.
My mind. It's so saucy. And that is Raymond Dyer who sung that originally, but it's from this sample pack called Vocal Ecstasy. And when I'm looking for vocals or things to sample, I'm always trying to do that Daft Punk thing of like saying the most with the fewest words possible. So I'm always looking for like concise things that have an emotional center, and I'm losing my mind, I think about you all the time, is just a very self-contained statement.
I'm losing my mind. I think about you all the time.
And it's kind of got this like janky timing to it. It's not entirely like straight. And I didn't really want to warp it together and like have that modern sound. So instead I chopped it up into these sections.
I'm losing my, I think all the time. I'm losing.
And like the MIDI pattern is quite simple here. But if you vary the length of the notes, like you get slightly different lengths of each snippet.
I'm losing my mind.
And there's also some like velocity stuff going on here, some notes playing lighter than others to get some volume variation. And then there's another version of that here that's like unfiltered.
I'm losing my mind.
Which is more of a, I guess, lead vocal. And the other one has this filter on it that is taking away some of the information so that it can get out of the way of that.
I'm losing my mind. I think about you all the time.
So they're kind of not in the way of each other. One of them's more rhythmic, one of them's more lyrical. And then there's a few different kind of variations on these.
I think about you all the time. I think about you all the time.
And there's like a build-up. From there, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, track's done. Good chords, good vocals. Now we're just kind of extrapolating that idea out and trying to bring some structure in, which is where the drums come in, which is my favourite thing about music. It looks like I've done a similar thing to the vocal, like I've taken this break here. Pretty sloshy, like hip-hop break, and chopped it into sections. Looks like I just played this in, probably just on my computer keyboard. These longer slices are obviously playing slightly longer than the shorter slices. So if you listen to it. The shorter slices are much more concise.
That kind of gives some extra movement in it, even if they're on the same beat.
Exactly, like just having the same kick sample over and over again. That's good for some things, but with this I was really trying to avoid kind of typical house rhythms, which you'll hear as we introduce these breaks. All together. So that's an interesting example of like, I could have done the same thing of slicing the audio to MIDI and like playing it in, but I've decided to use two different techniques to try and, you know, just add some variation and some flavor. It also looks like I've been turning the grid off here and like knocking the clips around back and forth to get some swing. If you're on Ableton, Command 4 is to turn the grid off. Skrillex told me that. That guy knows this keyboard shortcut. Oh yeah, there's this insane, it's like one really long take of me bashing around on like a 606. Literally just fucking around. And then kind of quantized it afterwards. But then all these kind of quite simple elements in their own are kind of making space for each other, so the whole drum feel all together. And I really didn't want to do claps on 2 and 4. Like boom, cats, boom, cats, boom. I was like, I'm not doing that. Not again, you know? So the kick is kind of providing the pulse, I guess, for the track. Later on, there's kind of this ride cymbal that comes in, and there's claps on every beat. There's the ride. I think the next key element for me was this bass line, which I played in on it's a Hofner, it's like a Paul McCartney signature model. So with the chords. And this is an interesting example of a practice that I'm quite fond of. You can see here in the take lanes, like I'm just kind of looping and hitting record without knowing what I'm going to play yet. Just trusting myself over a long enough period of time to come up with something. So you can hear a few different like variations in these older takes. There's something to that, but I thought it was too melodic maybe. It wasn't like steezy enough. And then here you can kind of hear me slowly working out. Yeah, so there's like elements of what ended up being the final little slice that I used here, affectionately named Audio 8. Now we're kind of cooking a little bit. It's like, it's not just a bunch of samples that are thrown together, there's like musicality going into it. And then one of my favorite bits of the whole song is on Reddit, somebody had like multi-sampled all these stupid DJ samples. Like that, and this thing. Yeah! Which is incredible. And it only happens once, but I think it really breaks the whole track up. And it happens right before this kind of acid line starts to come in, which sounds like this. And this is ABL3, which is like a really reliable 303 clone. I'm really shit at like sequencing things properly, so this is just like one looping kind of scenario. But kind of in the lineage of those old like house jams where there is just a thing going on and you're twisting a knob, and that's how you're creating a journey and some movement. And then at one point it just starts de-pitching and just kind of devolving until kind of returning home as this organ starts fading up again. More of a sort of house, I guess, jam than a kind of traditional song structure. But that's been something interesting about trying to make more club music and playing more club nights, is like making stuff for a different context and with a different utility than just like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge. It's more like, how do you make people like lose themselves in a moment or like go nuts, or like it's a different set of priorities.